What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of My Hero Academia Season 3. Once again, phenomenal episode. Before we begin, in case if you guys are curious to see how I'm doing right, because as you guys know, I had my wisdom teeth pulled a couple days back. So I'm doing good. I mean, it still kind of hurts to talk, in all honesty, but I'm good. And I know the new trailer for Persona Q2 is over. I'll do a reaction to that so you guys get to see what my face looks like now. So yeah, look forward to that. And by the way, before we get, do any of you all know when we're going to get the new Spider-Verse trailer? Because I know footage was shown at Comic-Con, yet we still got none. Now, granted, maybe, because we got the Venom footage like a few days back, but yet we still have yet to get anything for Spider-Man into Spider-Verse. Maybe we'll get it, maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll get it next week or in a couple days. I don't know, I'm kind of curious because I know we learned some new stuff, and I just really, because I actually have a new Hero Waka Marvel discussions video for you guys talking about, Miles and Deku, and I'm more or less just waiting on that trailer drop before then I finally begin work on that video, but, enough jibber jabber, let's begin. But this week, once again, phenomenal. This was phenomenal, got to introduce some new characters, but I really like how much of an impact Deku has really had on these guys. I love how they introduced how to talk about that later on. So we'll go into more in-depth discussions and talk about that when we get to that part of the episode. Anyway, enough jibber jabber. Let us begin. So I start this off. We got my man. We're back with the Todoroki versus the Naruto Power Rangers wannabe. That's where TV is putting down. These guys look like ninjas mixed with Power Rangers, and I cannot unsee that. Anyway, so. So we get to where we see some of their corpses where we saw last week where these guys we found one of their corpses enlarging objects, and Todoroki couldn't melt the objects because they're made of metal that can that's resistant to extreme temperatures. We found that some of the other guys have a water quirk, and I think the other guy had mud. I don't know. It was just this brownish liquid thing. I couldn't tell if it was mud or some other thing. But anyway, it interacts with fire, creating an explosion. They go on about oh, we know your stuff, blah blah blah. He tries it again, uses it as a smoke screen so he can get away, and where he finds out what, and so then he's like, okay, I got to think of a way to defeat these guys, which he manages to do. He pretty much just has puts this this little sign on fire while the fog is there's still fog, so they can't completely tell if that's him or not. So he uses it as a distraction while he thinks okay, the guys must have purposely put this factory in for a specific reason. So you have to find out that one of the tankers or I don't know what they're really called. Has this. First has some real stuff in it. He uses that, mixes it with ice and hits it with a fire. It's a massive explosion. Then all the guys can trap the ice, and then our man Todoroki eliminates them all, and then he passes the exam. And we actually see it. Actually, the little. I forget. The things where the little targets they have, or they recognize if you're out or in or whatever. I forget what they're originally called. We see them actually light up, and so they actually have a mic in them telling them where any people that have passed or go to this area over here. And if you pass us to see, go over here and hurry, blah, blah, blah. Then the dude, and the actual dude that the man that I swear to God that man hasn't had sleep in months, is 56 people has passed. But don't worry, do your best. I'm like, bruh, just sleep. Just sleep. Let someone else do this. Bruh, you need your sleep. Because, my man, you look like you haven't slept in months. And I mean, months. I swear that man. So, anyway, we see him go inside. We see Todoroki go inside. We got our man Inasa, which I did see the dub episode this week from Funimation. And if you guys want my quick thoughts on what I think of the dub, at least the dub voices for Inasa and Kami, I think they're pretty good. Next week we'll definitely get a lot more hearing them, and then I can really give you guys my full thoughts on how I think how they're doing. But yeah, so far, the voices they have, Funimation cast for these guys. He's going oh, you're a passionate hero. And the dude's and the dude talking to us dude, why are you? He's why are you talking to me? And so Todoroki kind of just sits down. He looks at him and so if he respects UA as much as he says he is, why did he decline? And then Inuyasha looks at Todoroki and gives him this serious look, and that's it. So I don't know if these guys are actually low-key kind of beefing, like, Inuyasha has some beef with Todoroki that we don't know about just yet, or there's some other reason why he gave him that look, whatever the case may be. Let's continue. So then we get to probably which was definitely the biggest chunk of the episode. The stuff with where we see another character get introduced. She's going against Momo, Sojiro. Yeah, Sojiro. Yeah, I was like, wait, is that his name, Sojiro? Yeah, Sojiro, Sue, and Jiro. Again, so her name is Psycho. So she's like over there sitting, drinking her tea, and one of her girls or whatever, that's with her. She said, like, my lady, we have seen a few UA students enter the building. She's like, okay, show me. And so she ends up using her eyes like a little hologram projector, showing them that yes, they're walking in the building, and we're of course, like I said, it's Momo, Shoji, Jiro, and Sue. So she's like, okay, she's like, alright, and then all these formulas and equations and shit appear, like, circling around her. I'm like, the fuck? I mean, we do later on in the episode, like, what her quirk is, but I'm sure all of us were confused, like, what the fuck? I thought, Horikoshi, you taking that meme, literally, the one where, like, people are confused, so they put all these, like, so the X-Files scene plays, and they have all these formulas going, like, and so we just see them, first looking around the building, getting gifts of their surroundings, see if there's any enemies coming up. We got Jiro. She got her earphones in the wall, looking like, okay. She's like, hey guys, here, I hear some footsteps coming up. Yada 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 yada, and Psycho tells the girls, like, get ready, we're about to take these guys out. And actually, it was like, that's what I was watching. I was like, are they actually gonna? I was legit there, like, they might actually make it, because we end up seeing later on in the episode, we can that we see how when they put their plan into motion, they do a good job of taking out the guys and using their quirks to get them and find the weaknesses to their quirks and actually really use that against them. So I was always like, so there were a couple times I was like, they might not actually make it. Holy shit, they might actually not be able to pass. A couple times throughout this part of the episode. Anyway. So she's like, okay, hey, I hear some voices. She said, I was like, how many do you see? She's like, I hear about 5 of them, and then actually, that Psycho plays her portable speaker. That's obviously not a Bose speaker. It's obviously not that. She ends up hitting play. She has the vibe mech and just ends up like, bling. Sound was actually too much, and actually ends up pretty much like, it pretty much just wounds Jiro where she can't hear. Whereas you see some blood on one of her earphone jacks. I think it was on her left, I believe it was. And we actually see, there's actually blood on it. So, and like Momo says, she actually cannot hear. Like, our quirk is weakened for a time being because, like she said, I believe she said that, that she can't hear as well as she usually could because she got a little wounded, and and then another one of the girls actually throws some slingshot at the windows, cracking them so they can't clearly see through them. They end up actually also turning on the air conditioning to like a really low, which ends up having Sue go into hibernation because of course she is a frog, and so like while all this is going down, then they start trying, and then when and so Momo ends up creating a blanket so she can tries to help warm up Sue to maybe get her out of hibernation, or at least just help her out. And Jiro and Shoji and Momo are rubbing their arms to it because like I said, it's reasonable if I had to guess. It's probably 30 degrees in there if I had to guess of how cold it is. Anyway, so and she ends up like, okay, and then Momo actually, and then she's like, and we find out what Psycho's quirk actually is, which is her IQ, which is like pretty much if she drinks tea. Yes, legit. If she drinks tea, her IQ expands. She's like, what's his name? The guy that can actually, if he eats sweets, he ends up like, hulking up. I forget the dude's name. so her core looks a little bit fun, and she said, as Mike says, her IQ was also, she's actually already pretty smart when she does for the T. Her IQ was around 150. And so with the T, she becomes a super genius that would probably rival, Professor X and Bruce Banner and, T'Challa and all those guys. Anyway. And so, like I said, this is where we really see in this part of the episode. Here, where we really see how much of an impact Deku has had on these guys. Where Momo's thinking, like, okay, what would Midoriya do? What would Todoroki do? What would Ida do? And she remembers when Deku said, like, if there's a chance that I can go say Bakugou, I'm gonna take that chance to be like, in honor of these. I'm not gonna just sit here and just wait. So she ends up thinking, so then she ends up creating this giant mega spear because, and actually another thing that actually Psycho was planning on why she did, turn on the air conditioners was to get Momo to use her core to break the windows or destroy the AC unit so that she would do so much create because as we know she has a limit on to how much she can create, that she does have a limit to how much she can create. That she then would be just after she exceeds the limit, she pretty much just becomes useless. So that's of course the plan. But Momo saw through that, so she ends up just like, nah, we're just gonna wait here, and that's what she ends up thinking of creating a giant speaker. Has Jill put one of her earphone jacks in and just let it go, and boom, these giant sound waves come through the door, and it just pretty much just knocks everyone out. Momo's there being like, okay. They open the door, that's when Sue manages to wake up. She's like, yeah, I'm okay, ribbit. And so they end up knocking everyone out, but Psycho is actually hiding behind the door, where then she brings Momo inside there, locks the door, and she's like, "You took out all my guys. Even if it's just you, I will still make you lose." And she's right about to eliminate Momo, and then Sue and the other guys come in with a clutch save, and when they manage to eliminate her as well. And I really like how they did the transition when Sue managed to get her tongue around Psycho's arm, and she's like, "All right, Gil." I love how she drops the ball and it rolls, and it seamlessly transitions to the next scene where we get to see the next guy that get introduced. Look, so good on you both. I like how you did the transition. Anyway, so we see our man Bakugou climbing up a ladder with Kirishima and Kaminari. And Kirishima's after like, "Yo, hey man, Kaminari, why did you follow us?" He's like, "Oh, I was lonely," and whatever. And Bobby's like, shut up. And Kaminari's like, "Come on," and Kirishima's like, "Come on." I love how Kirishima has been slowly trying to almost, I guess you could say, domesticate Bakugou, trying to control him or something. I love that. I love that shit. How he's actually legit trying to help him out and have him try to reduce his aggressive tendencies. I guess I don't know. I always find that kind of shit kind of hilarious. Trying to he was like, "Oh, sorry how he's acting" or something. I always find that shit funny. Anyway, we get introduced to the next guy, Shinji. But before we did while they're walking down, while they're pretty just walking, Kirishima manages to push Bakugou out of the way, and he ends up getting attacked with this dude's quirk, which I don't even know what the fuck. He turns Kirishima into this glob of, I don't know, it looks like a liver or something, I don't know. And he's like, "Oh, so you're the bastard that did that, huh? I'm going to kill you." I just love how Bakugou is constantly threatening people, trying to go this man is 2 steps away from being just straight up the Red Hood. The man might as well just be the Red Hood. Because this man is constantly threatening everyone. I swear. So anyway, he ends up the guy with a quick little comment where he's like, where Shinji explains why we wear our hats every time we're out on duty? It's to show about our dignity and our obligation to the school and why we're so cool and shit, blah 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 blah. And he's telling me, and then my man Bakugou, after he's explaining, saying "Oh, we are he's pretty much, if I had to explain his personality, he's pretty much like if Ida was an elitist, pretty much. The man kind of acts like he's above everyone, be yes, our school is superior to yours because of this, and this reason. And my man Bakugou's like, "I hate your types." I'm with you right there, my friend. I'm right with you there. And so anyway, he also ends up insulting the man's eyes. So like, it says like, it kind of like, wait, well, I don't know what the hell you're saying. It's like, his eyes are, he's pretty much saying his eyes are too small to see the true strength in his opponent. It's like, my eyes are handsome and long and linked. I'm like, bro, you're like Trump with his hands. So after that, we go back to our boy Deku, where we find out that where Deku pretty much thinks of his plan, where his pretty much plan is to have. Pretty much have Uraraka, and it's pretty much to restrain him, Sero and Uraraka restrain as many of the targets as they can with their quirks, so that they can have enough people to eliminate them. Because as Deku says, he's like, taking down the targets while they're moving is not easy, nor is it efficient. So he just wants to restrict them so that they can get them as easy targets. So Deku says that he's going to be a decoy, and since that, Sero and Uraraka, their quirks are good for restraining people. And so, so Uraraka's like, Roger, she's good. Like, I love how Uraraka's ready to bounce down, which took Sero a little bit of convincing to like, alright, fine, I'm in. So we didn't see my man Deku charging in while Sero, dodging their attacks, and he's straight up running like Naruto with his arms behind his back. I'm like, my man, I see you, Horikoshi. I see you. I know you're a fan of Naruto, but come on, man. This is a little too obvious. And so we end up seeing, we always see him. We see him dodging some attacks, and we also see Sero and Uraraka taking restraining some people. We also see Bakugou charging in against I already forgot his name. Anyway, I'm terrible with it. But we see him charging at him. And at the end of the episode, this is without my favorite part of the episode. We actually see we get back to Joke and Aizawa, where we find out that Aizawa's like, oh, man, it kind of sucks. It's kind of so frustrating that we can't see who's winning and who's who succeeded and who got eliminated, and she also offers him some gum that has All Might's face on it, of course. And so he's like, and then Silk's like, wait, are you worried, Aizawa? She's like, nah. He's like, nah. He ain't worried, but he pretty much talks about how there are these two students in class 1A that have the most drive, the most determination, and their passion, and have inspired the others to drive, to have a harder drive, to push on beyond their limits, plus ultra, that's it. And we find out that have pretty much almost been, I guess you could almost say, symbols for the class. The class that have the cool guys that have just pretty much said, you just see that you're inspired to, work harder than you already are. And those two end up being Deku and Bakugou. And Aizawa also talked about that they're always and that each one, that either one of them are always at the major vigil sports festival, staying, the stuff with Muscular, All for One. One of them have always been there for these events, and like he says, their passion has bled over to the other students, to where they have a deeper drive to succeed and become a hero. And it's so true, because you can see it also in the OP, because if you guys seen the OP, you see All Might, but ahead of them is Bakugou and Deku as the next symbols of peace, the next people to hold up the pillars of Hero Society when it's their turn. Well, granted, we already know it's kind of their turn, but when they're finally, when they actually become full-fledged heroes and they're no longer at school. I love how Horikoshi has been showing off, and I love how Bones put that also in the OP. It was just with that. That was my favorite part of the episode. I'm looking forward to rewatching that dubbed when we get to that part of the dub. But yeah, overall, this episode was phenomenal. Not much more I can say. And yeah, so overall, give this episode a 9 out of 10. Like I said, I love how this episode just showed us how much of an impact Bakugou and Deku have realized. Because as we know, they are pretty much the most passionate and the most driven out of them, that have the most drive to become pro heroes and become the number one. Well, not saying that the others don't, but out of all of them, you can definitely see that they're definitely the most passionate between the three. between Deku and Bakugou, we can tell that they're definitely the most driven, as we see in previous episodes, like in season 2 when they were fighting against All Might. Of course, throughout season 3, we see that really with Deku with the fight against Muscular, the stuff with All For One, and really all the series we've seen that Deku is definitely without it, probably the most driven out of everyone here. I just love how they showed that off. That was just amazing to watch. Anyways, so hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, links down for rocks below. As always, come back for more. See you guys next time.